Alright, we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the GSMC Sports Network to talk about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside the ring, backstage curtain calls, rumors, and drama. We talk about inactive statuses and injury updates. We talk about, superstar contract negotiations, extensions, and new signings. We also talk about WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan Professional Wrestling. If it makes major news in the world of professional wrestling, we talk about it here on this show, 1,010%. So make sure you smash that like and subscribe button so you can get some notifications whenever we go live. All right, so without further ado, we're going to jump into some TNA Genesis. But before we do any of that, I just want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit up that super chat. Going in, whether if you have a burning question or a hot take in terms of the world of professional wrestling, or just something you've been dying to get off your chest here at the GSMC Sports Network, we want you guys to know that we are all ears and we know what it's all about. Keep the conversation lively during this show, so make sure your voice is part of the mix. So don't be shy. Drop your thoughts inside that chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment, question, concern, or hot take gets noticed on the air, why not use that super chat? Go ahead and hit that $, which guarantees anything you guys put inside that box, it's going to be featured and talked about, maybe even debated about on the show. Plus, it's a great way to keep the lights on all these amazing podcasts and these amazing podcasters who have one goal in mind: to make sure you guys consume all the sports content that you guys love absolutely free, 1,010%. We are super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily on the GSMC Sports Network. So, your support makes all the difference. So let's keep the conversation going. Let's keep this party going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome, and together we will make sure this podcast is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. Once again, if the super chat not your thing, it's all good. Go ahead and hit up that tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Just remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show. Follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity, 1,010%. But in terms of talking sports, I get it. It's all good. Sometimes we disagree. Sometimes there's going to be some criticisms. It's all good. It's already water under the bridge. It's all gravy, baby. Just want to make sure you guys feel 1,010% comfortable in sharing whatever you guys want. What do you guys want to share? We are all ears. All right, we got TNA Genesis. It was I watched the highlights. It was pretty great. Got to be honest, I didn't order it from pay-per-view from the Curtis Colwell Center in Dallas, Texas, which is kind of crazy because that's where Monday Night Raw is. Maybe we will get a crossover. Maybe. Kind of crazy. But first and foremost, we had Ashanti, the Adonis, come out and issue an open challenge after Ariana Grace, the quote-unquote liaison between NXT and TNA, basically stating that, a couple of her friends came along with her, kicking off this new partnership between TNA and WWE with a bang. Ashanti Adonis came out issuing an open challenge that was answered by Jake Something. Jake Something gets into the win column by defeating Adonis. I thought that was a good booking. That was definitely really good. I want to see more from Jake Something. He had a lot of momentum, I feel like, a couple of months ago, and it seems like it's kind of diminished. And right now, Ashanti the Adonis is, he has this romantic role with Carmen Petrovic, but, not lately, not really successful as of right now as well. So, hopefully he gets back into the win column as well. Frankie Kazarian defeats Leon Slater. Obviously, the Call Your Shot trophy. Leon Slater's, one of the future of the NXT division. I definitely would love to see him hold the title more than Moose. I respect Moose. He's cool and all, but he's like a heavyweight. He's a heavyweight. He doesn't really represent your traditional, your average, ordinary X Division competitor. You think of guys like Mustafa Ali, Chris Bay, Ace Austin, Zachary Wentz, Trey Miguel. You think about Leon Slater and, Laredo Kid. No Moose. Moose deserves to be in the TNA World Championship picture. But, Frankie Kazarian was able to pick up the dub and defeat Leon Slater. Next, we have the X Division champion, Moose, with the system. Obviously, they did pay dividends in the match against Ace Austin for that X Division championship. Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, JDC all got involved. Even Alicia Edwards also got involved as well. And Moose defeats Ace Austin, which kind of sucks out after taking two spears. So good. It was a good match. It was a good match. He held his own. Obviously, if Moose didn't feel threatened, he wouldn't have had his goons, the system, come in and basically watch his back. So it was a good match for Ace. I liked it. Steve Macklin and Eric Young defeat the Systems, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. They've been on quite a losing streak as well. They win matches here and there, but I feel like since they are like the top heels, the System, that not a lot of people really pay attention to wins and losses because at any given moment they can just come back on top. Like being the tag team. The TNA World Tag Team Champions, once again, they're always in the mix. Always, always, always. But Eric Young, super impressive. He used to wrestle for, TNA. Then he went to WWE NXT. Then it was he did the thing Sanity or whatever. It was a stable when, I think it was with Nikki Cross. I could be wrong. But, I respect Eric Young. He definitely deserves some recognition. Knockouts World Tag Team Champions Spitfire retain their titles against Ash and Heller by Elegance, which is awesome. I definitely love Spitfire. I love Jody Threat. I love Danny Luna. They are basically the model of what great TNA Knockouts tag team competitors should be. I definitely love it whenever they're fighting, not people, I don't want to say that sounds kind of weird. Competitors like Ash and Heather by Elegance, I feel like they bring the best out of each other. So then you had four of those girls, probably four of the best, TNA Knockouts on the roster, and they just basically had a great match. They had a great match. It was very entertaining. I personally thought Ash and Heather were going to pick up the victory. It's been a while since you've seen Ash by Elegance really kind of, possibly be a contender for like a title. I do think along the lines, I'm not going to say like in a couple of months, probably in like 6 months, maybe she finds a way to become the number one contender for Masha Slamovich's TNA Knockouts World Championship, and then she's the one to kind of dethrone her, and then you kind of have this this era of Ash, because Jordynne Grace, I like Jordynne Grace. She was amazing. She was one of the best TNA Knockouts World Champion of all time. She wasn't really like that heel. She wasn't really like your quote-unquote traditional babyface. And then Masha Slamovich came in, obviously being betrayed by Alicia Edwards. And then, then she becomes a babyface and they win and they hug it out. And, it's been a while since you kind of had that jerk as the TNA World Champion. Maybe they might put it on Tessa Blanchard. I'm not too sure. Maybe, but you could definitely throw Ash by Elegance in the ring as well. So, definitely think she, has the potential. She's great. Even when she was in WWE, she was highly underused and undervalued. But then, she was Dana Brooke at that point. So, Tessa Blanchard, speaking of which, defeated Jordynne Grace. Right at this point, Jordynne Grace's TNA contract is probably, at a turning point. I feel like when she dropped the title to Slamovich, maybe TNA creative was like, okay, now we're just going to start, we're going to start putting wrestlers over. And Jordynne Grace, she had an amazing, tremendous run as the Knockouts champion. So it's kind of like one of those things was like, yeah, and I'll do whatever you have to, whatever I have to do to help these other girls. Because literally they, she was kicking ass for so damn long. She recently lost against Tasha Steelz. She's recently, she's lost to Rosemary. She's lost to damn it, what's her name? I totally forgot. Totally spaced. She lost to Tessa Blanchard, but I think she's on her way to NXT. I definitely do. The NXT Women's Division is absolutely on fire, and now that NXT and TNA have a paid partnership that is super. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Awesome, unlimited, unprecedented crossovers. It's going to be great for the wrestlers, but most importantly, great for the viewers. So you wouldn't surprise me with Jordynne Grace. Kind of makes that jump to NXT to be a little bit more of a, than a crossover kind of person. Next, we have Mike Santana defeating Josh Alexander in an I Quit match. This match was pretty awesome. Mike Santana, Josh Alexander shook his hand at the end of the match, said that Mike Santana is, he's the standard of TNA now. He's probably going to be the next one up. I don't know when he will get another shot at Joe Hendry's title. But he's one of the best. He's definitely in line of becoming the face of TNA. Josh Alexander then said he also, he quit in the ring and he's gonna quit TNA. Then he was confronted by Eric Young backstage a little later, saying, "Really, man? After all we've been through, the Walking Weapon now seems like he's going to be walking away from TNA, maybe to NXT. Who knows?" So I thought that was pretty darn crazy. We have we have the Hardys defending their TNA World Tag Team Championships against the Rascals, and then of course knocking on the door to that TNA NXT Forbidden Door is Fraxium, the NXT World Tag Team Champions. Pull up a chair and they sit down. It actually got a little controversial when Trey Miguel accidentally hit Axiom. I think it was Axiom. But no, and Nathan Frazier, he was heated, man. So we're gonna get them actually on Thursday on TNA Impact. Them going to the Rascals going up against Fraxium for the NXT World Tag Team Championships, and I think it's anyone's ball game. I feel like TNA, if they accumulate some NXT gold, I wouldn't mind that. I feel like that would be pretty badass. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. All right, next we have Masha Slamovich fighting a Rosemary, and she was in a Clockwork Orange House Fun match. Interesting. No, and then she brought out that paddle that Abyss used to use. Damn it, do they have the name of it? I forgot what it was. Damn it. Janice. There we go. Janice. It was Janice. She hit her hard. It's crazy with all the nails and stuff. Oh God, and it even broke. But wasn't enough. Rosemary obviously wasn't enough for her to pull up the victory. We had Masha Slamovich retain her TNA Knockouts Championship, which I'm okay with. I'm definitely okay with that, and I feel like it's for the best. Next, we have Nick Nemeth losing the TNA World Heavyweight Championship to Joe Hendry. We believe, guys, it's now in the era of Joe Hendry. And, all I got to really say is I like the spot. I feel like he deserves it. He's been on TNA. He's been the face of TNA without being the face of TNA. He did his little stint in NXT, driving up the ratings for WWE, also having wrestling fans start to acknowledge that some of the talent that they do have on TNA is, like the talent you'd see in WWE. Joe Hendry, the Scotsman, I felt like he could have been on that spot earlier. I thought for sure at Slammiversary maybe he could have definitely won there and it would have made sense. But, the build-up at the, I feel like it's perfect. And then you saw Frankie Kazarian try to call his shot, but then it was interrupted by a clothesline from hell from JBL, who will be on Monday Night Raw, which is airing at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. So, maybe, Frankie Kazarian was upset. He took to social media and he said that he was going to get his revenge on JBL. Maybe he turns up on Monday Night Raw. Could, maybe not. But, overall, great pay-per-view. This is something that TNA definitely loved. This is what they needed. More momentum, especially heading into the 2025. Now we're going to have Joe, and let's see how long Joe Hendry could hold that TNA World Championship. I hope for a pretty long time. All right, guys. So, hey, do not go anywhere. We're going to talk about TNA NXT. We're going to talk about some wrestlers that are probably going to join the Royal Rumble for the men's and also the women's. So, grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 25 seconds. So, hey, do not go anywhere.